So, we could say that despite the differences in measurement and altitude, speed and loadout, if both sides were sending their best, it would have been a near-even fight during the early years of the Fulcrum, coming down to pilot skill and perhaps only outdone by slight advantages the Viper may have held after a sustained fight. However, the Fulcrum did hold one noteworthy advantage in that pilots could use the Shell 3UM helmet-mounted display, giving them the ability to acquire targets within a wider envelope. From 1984 onwards, this system also allowed employment of the R-73 short-range air-to-air missile. Thus, it is possible that at one point in the mid-1980s, the Fulcrum may have been the deadliest dogfighter in the skies. In beyond visual range combat, however, it was a different story. As time went on, the Sukhoi Su-27 flanker slowly adopted the technologies which gave the Fulcrum an edge in the dogfight. The flanker was already a highly agile aircraft, despite its massive size. In a drawn-out dogfight, the Fulcrum may have had an edge, with its slightly higher consistent turn rate and lower drag. However, a good pilot in the flanker could end a dogfight quickly, using high angle of attack maneuvers. The adoption of similar helmet-mounted target acquisition systems gave flanker pilots the same ability that was once the exclusive advantage of the Fulcrum. The flanker already had better range, a better radar, considerably larger weapon stores capacity, and superior beyond visual range capabilities. A flanker would be able to track, lock, and destroy a Fulcrum before the two ever even entered a merge, unless, of course, the Fulcrum addressed its weaknesses. However, after the collapse of the Soviet Union, the new Russian Federation was in economic disarray. This likely played into the decision to dedicate resources for flanker development over the Fulcrum. Modern combat was favoring the ability of the flanker over the Fulcrum. Dogfights were less likely, and more powerful radars meant longer range missions were almost a given. If Russia was to have one aircraft to lead the fleet, all signs pointed to the Sukhoi design. While Mikoyan's Fulcrum would never be completely abandoned, it would essentially lose priority as the years went by. The advantages it held earlier on slowly became outclassed by newer developments. The flanker surged ahead in development, and the performance gap between the MiG-29 and rivals like the Viper or Eagle just kept getting wider in air-to-air combat. Mikoyan reorientated the Fulcrum towards air-to-ground tasking,